It's Sunday, February 15th, 2026, and you're listening to KoiCast. Apparently, it's Gumdrop Day, which feels like the internet looked at AI image models and said, yeah, give me 50 flavors of the same ad, but shinier. I'm Hunter.
And I'm Riley. Also, quick disclaimer for anyone new here. This whole episode was cooked up by automation. Like scripts, editing, the whole little robot assembly line. If a sentence gets possessed, we're leaving it in. That's the vibe.
Yep, human intent, machine throughput, and a tiny amount of chaos. Okay, today's big theme is open versus walled garden, and the twist is it's not just models. It's models plus infrastructure.
Like here's a paintbrush, and also here's a closet to store your paintbrushes so you don't lose your mind.
Exactly. So headline story 1, Alibaba Tongyi Lab drops Qwen Image 2.0. The pitch is better image generation, better typography, higher resolution, and the whole runnable anywhere vibe.
And they paired it with Zvec, right? The little vector database thing everyone is calling the SQLite of vector databases.
Yep. Which is honestly a genius combo, because for creators and marketing teams, the hard part isn't generating one cool image. The hard part is generating 100, naming them, finding them later, and then reusing the best parts without starting from scratch every time.
Wait, hold up. When they say runnable anywhere, where does it actually snap first? Be honest.
For most people, GPU memory and ops friction. Not because the model is fake runnable, but because runnable becomes you are now responsible for drivers, CUDA versions, and why your coworker's laptop sounds like a leaf blower.
And the other breakpoint is marketing itself. Like prompt reliability is cute until someone says, can we get 73 variants by lunch, but also make them all consistent, but also different, but also approved?
That's the real bottleneck. Model quality is one thing, but the production system is the thing. Which is why Zvec matters. People are calling it the Seedream of vector databases because it's embedded and lightweight. You don't stand up a whole vector database server farm, you bake it into an app.
Okay, but what's the part people leave out when they say SQLite of vectors? Because that sounds like a download this and your problems are over fairy tale.
Totally. The part they leave out is relevance tuning and governance. Like, sure, storing embeddings locally is easy, but the minute you want, find all approved lifestyle shots for product X, in winter lighting, with the new packaging and the tagline that legal signed off on, you're now doing metadata discipline.
Congrats, you're now a database person.
Exactly. Zvec doesn't magically create a taxonomy. You still need a minimum viable stack for an internal brand asset library plus retrieval augmented generation.
Okay, give me the minimum. Like if I'm a small team and I want ask a question, get the right asset without building Skynet.
All right, minimum viable, you need the assets in one place, obviously. Then you need consistent metadata, even if it's simple. Things like campaign name, product, channel, approval status, usage rights, and date. Then embeddings for semantic search. Then a retrieval layer that pulls both the top semantic matches and filters by your metadata so you don't surface unapproved stuff.
And you need a critic, like a dumb little gatekeeper step that says, hey, this thing you're about to use is not cleared for paid ads, or this asset has an expired license.
Yes, that's the grown-up part. The model makes content, the system makes it safe to ship.
Okay, story 2. ByteDance rolled out Seedream 5.0 Lite, and the whole internet is yelling speed and visual reasoning. Which, sorry, is a hilarious phrase. Like, this picture is thinking.
I know, but speed matters, because fast generation changes behavior. It moves you from I'll try 2 prompts and quit to I'll do an actual exploration loop.
What are people saying it's actually better at?
From the chatter and ByteDance's own notes, it's better at prompt adherence and more practical layouts, like posters, compositions that make sense, scenes that don't totally melt when you add constraints, and yeah, it's positioned as faster than older Seedream generations.
And what's still basically autocomplete for pictures?
Consistent brand identity over many variants. Logos and exact product details still get weird. Also, anything that requires precise, repeatable typography can still wobble unless the tool is really steering it.
Here's my beef, though. If Seedream is platform-tied, what's the smarter marketing play? Use it where the audience is, like TikTok and CapCut? Or avoid the walled garden and bet on open models even if they're a little crusty?
It depends on your workflow. If your team lives in CapCut already and you ship daily, the walled garden is a feature. Everything is one loop: generate, edit, export, post.
Distribution wins. Always.
Yup, but if you're a brand that needs repeatability, privacy, and automation across channels, open models start to look better. Because you can run them on your own infrastructure and wire them into your DAM, your approvals, your naming conventions, your whole machine.
Translation. Seedream is a rocket inside CapCut. Qwen is like building your own rocket, but you also have to maintain the engine.
Perfect analogy. And that brings us to story 3, FoundationVision's Alive, open source video plus audio, local weights. The spicy part is not, is it better than the best closed video models, because it probably isn't on raw polish. The spicy part is native audio and local control.
Wait, video plus audio locally is kind of a big deal. Because every marketing team I know is terrified of uploading unreleased product footage into random cloud tools.
Exactly. If you're doing privacy-sensitive workflows, local generation is huge. You can prototype with unreleased concepts, internal assets, maybe even talent recordings without spraying it across third-party servers.
But what's the realistic bar for brand-safe output? Are people actually shipping from Alive, or is it just demo Olympics?
Mostly demo Olympics right now, but the path to shipping is clear. Use it for internal previs, concepting, maybe B-roll style shots, sound design mocks. Then a human editorial pass. For paid media, you'd still want review gates, maybe even a second model as a critic, plus a human with taste.
So it's like Alive makes the clay, humans sculpt it, and legal stands there with a whistle.
Exactly. And there's another risk. Local models become shadow IT with a GPU. Someone installs it, starts generating stuff, and nobody knows what's being made or where it's going.
Oh my god, yes. The mystery box workstation in the corner of the office.
The fix is boring governance, a centralized job queue, logging, asset provenance, and a rule that outputs only become real when they land in your approved library with metadata and receipts.
Okay, quick zoom out. What else has been happening in the ecosystem that connects to this?
The bigger trend is the stack splitting into lanes. Closed platforms are embedding generation into creation tools like ByteDance with CapCut. Open models are getting better and more practical, like Qwen improving things marketers actually care about, like typography and realism, and then the infrastructure layer is catching up. Lightweight retrieval, embedded vector databases, and tooling that makes your asset library actually usable with AI.
Also, we literally just talked recently about Seedream and CapCut and how ByteDance keeps winning with distribution. This is the same movie, new scene.
Yep. And we've also been hammering on structured workflows, making assets searchable, diffable, and reviewable. Zvec fits right into that. It's not sexy, but it's what makes AI useful at scale.
Okay, let's do the licensing and provenance thing, because everyone wants open source, but nobody wants the courtroom drama.
The practical approach creators are taking is treat outputs as needs review by default, track prompt and model metadata, and for anything resembling a real person, recognizable brand, or copyrighted vibe, you escalate to a human check. Also, don't build campaigns around questionable style mimic prompts. That's playing with fire.
But for brands, you need a policy that's actually operational, not a PDF, like allowed categories, blocked categories, approved sources, who signs off. Otherwise, you're just vibes-based compliance.
Exactly. All right, let's answer the unsexy question nobody budgets for when adopting open models internally.
Oh, I know. It's always maintenance.
Maintenance and evaluation. People budget for GPUs and forget the ongoing work. Updating model versions, prompt libraries, regression testing, and building your internal, this is what good looks like dataset.
And the inevitable fine-tuning rabbit hole where someone goes, we can just fine-tune it, and then you never see them again.
Facts. So, last question. Be honest. As open source keeps closing the gap, what marketing job function gets heavily automated first?
Variant production, like resizing, versioning, background swaps, rough cut downs, basic metadata, and the endless repetitive stuff that makes creators want to throw their laptop.
Agreed. And what stubbornly won't?
Taste, like actual creative direction and the will this get clowned in the comments intuition.
Yep. Humans stay responsible for intent, taste, and risk. Machines do the grind.
All right, meme caption for today's episode. It's gumdrop day. Generate the whole candy aisle, but make it on brand.
Mine is, congrats, you got open source. Welcome to being on call.
Hunter is such a romantic.
Riles, I'm just trying to keep people from building a haunted creative factory.
Fair.
All right, thanks for hanging with us and happy gumdrop day. Go generate something delightful, but maybe tag it properly so you can find it next week.
Subscribe if you want more chaos and more actually useful workflows.
And check out koei.com/resources for AI news and updates. Catch you next time.